What's going on, people? What is the deal? Welcome back to another week of Real Tough Talk. I'm Stephen J. I'm here with my partner Ghost, and we're here to bring you the Final Four of the UFL playoffs.
As we inch off from the first week, the Elite Eight, now to the Final Four, we have a couple of teams that has never even been to this position before playing in this game. We have people that have been here before but never gotten further, so they're hungry to get past the hump that they've had the past couple years. And then you have a team that has been here before, has been past it, has won chips before, and it's pretty much another game for them. So we already know exactly what teams we're talking about. We have Carver, who won 3 championships in this league in a row. We have Gettas, who's been to the Final Four before and didn't get past that, getting bumped by Carver a few years back. You have IOD, who's been in the Final Four 3 times in a row and got bumped 3 times in a row. They're back here finally where they feel that they need to get past. And then you have Rep City, a team that everybody counted out, but me, of course. But, you know, a number 5 team that pretty much had a Cinderella season, and they're here in the Final Four, someplace they've never been to. And you've been saying it all playoffs. They're playing with house money. They don't believe so. They believe they belong here, and they're here to prove it.
Well, first of all, I'm sipping on that little hen dog, that little hen dog right now in the cup. Nah, it's really iced tea.
Yeah, that's iced tea, yes.
But shout to hen dog, man, all that stuff. But no, like you're saying, man, it's an amazing time right now because you are 1 game away from playing at 161. And you know, we got a lot of other leagues and a lot of other tournaments, a lot of other things, and shout to all of them. But there's no atmosphere like playing at 161, Old Yankee Stadium, under the lights, 6 o'clock, similar time as a real Super Bowl. There is no better atmosphere in touch football than UFL. And that's not shots at nobody. The players have said that themselves.
My thing is this. Understand that when you're playing on that field, you're actually sitting or standing on a spot where players like Babe Ruth played, Reggie Jackson played, all of these legends that played for the Yankees and other teams that played in this stage. You're sitting right on that land where they've played at. So this is big time games that you're playing on 161, and it gets no better than being in an atmosphere like this.
And you're solidified forever, thanks to, you know, Tough Talk. You know what I mean? You go down in history, it's just something that you can remember. You can tell your grandkids about. You can show your grandkids. You know, you go to YouTube or wherever we at 30 years from now.
Yeah.
And you find a video and say, this is what I did. In this atmosphere, at this spotlight, and difference between what we do and other people, you have other people that put videos up, you know, and show games, shout to Skip, Kinetic,
yes,
Lou, you know what I mean? But you get commentating from us. We break down the game. We give you scenarios, and now when you're sitting down with your kid talking about your game, they get to hear what you did and what you didn't do. So, you know, the best thing I can tell you is that's the atmosphere you want to be in, but you can't go that far. You still got to win this game first before you get there.
Yeah, obviously, the journey's not over yet. Every game is still a part of the journey until you're holding that trophy, holding that check, and throwing the champagne on each other. Your journey is not over, and this is yet another step that you have to get past.
All right, we're going to jump into this game first. We want to talk about Carver Mobb versus Gettas. These teams met in the regular season. In the regular season, you had Gettas, one of the best offenses, if not the best, in UFL history, playing versus Carver in the Final Four. In the regular season they played, and playing against a 3-time UFL champ. And Violators, Them Gettas won the game 27-19.
Yeah.
Reggie threw 4 touchdowns and 1 pick.
Yeah.
As Chuck threw 3 touchdowns but threw 4 interceptions. You know what I mean? So Them Gettas once again showing their ability to put up points, as they done on everybody this season.
The thing about it is this scenario may be a little bit different because when Them Gettas played Carver at that moment in time, Them Gettas still had Moses, one of the top leaders in touchdowns this season with 7. You also had a structured them Gettas offense. Probably, like you said, one of the best in UFL history. And Carver was still trying to get their footing at that point in the season. So they didn't have all of the guys that they have on this team right now.
Right.
You know, the attendance was spotty then. Listen, I'm not making excuses for Carver, obviously, because regardless of what, they find ways to win no matter what. And you never count them out when they get to a stage like this, the Final Four. They find ways to get it done. So this is a different game altogether.
And like you said, it was early in the season. This was like week 4. So they were still trying to get prepared with how they want to meet out the season, getting familiar with what players they got in. So, yeah, that's definitely a big thing. But this is an opportunity for them Gettas to get to a championship. But the team that they've never been able to really beat come this time is the team that's standing in front of them.
Yes.
Reggie, who had Carver take 2 chips from him, similar to Michael Jordan taking chips away from the Knicks, is standing in front of him. So you know he really wants to be able to get over this hump, especially what Carver did to him 2 years ago in the chair.
And the thing about it is, I think in this game, I think the key to this game is Reggie. For them Gettas, on their side, I think the key is him. The way he plays, I think, is going to be a big factor in the way this game unfolds for this team, because a lot of the Carver knows his game. You know, they have guys on this field that know Reggie's game. They know that he's not a person who's the best under pressure, and you have a person on the field that gave him that pressure in their last championship game. They faced each other in Ricky, blitzing in. So they have schemes that's ready for Reggie. It's up to him to find ways to get through it, and them Gettas staff, their offense has to find a way to get him comfortable in the pocket.
And I think the big thing for Carver this game is Chuck, because we've seen Chuck prove that he can win with anybody. He beat Super Friends getting the ball to guys like Bo, White, Juice. These are good players, but these are not really top players.
Yeah.
But he's been able to, he carved up the defending champs, the former champs. They're former champs now.
Yeah.
But he carved their defense up with these then role players. Now, Lou is a top guy on grind time.
Yeah.
He's not there yet, but he has the potential to be there. He's a former UFO All-Star. Chuck shows the ability to win with anybody.
You mean Bo?
I mean, I'm sorry. I said Lou. I'm sorry. Bo, a former top guy in grind time, a former UFO All-Star, showed what he can do, but he's not a star yet. He was an All-Star. He's trying to get to the star level. And Chuck just showing the ability to win games with role players.
Yeah.
So he can play with whoever. And I think this is the most role-player team that Carver has had since their first year winning the championship.
So pretty much it's a quarterback face-off. Reggie, the OG of touch football, against Chuck, the
one
GOAT
of the best,
of touch football.
Yes.
So my thing is, this is going to be a big matchup, a big face-off. They faced each other multiple times before, and a stage like this is no different.
We're going to jump right into the game. Carver gets the ball. Chuck is going to throw the ball deep to West. One-on-one with Juice, overthrown and picked off by Juice. Gettas get the ball back. Juice making a play early, feeling disrespected that Chuck went at him on the first bomb. He seems celebrating after this. That is a great pickoff of your Juice.
I'm not questioning the decision made by Chuck. That was a proper throw. Yes, West had a step on Juice, but that was overthrown. Juice got ahead of him and makes a great play for the interception.
And I completely disagree with you. This is first down. There is no reason to take a shot.
What do you mean no reason?
You're playing against one of the best offenses in the league this year. You don't want to give them more opportunities. I'm surprised that Chuck went downfield unless you knew that West, one of the best route runners in the game, he's Jerry Rice to this game.
Yeah.
But Juice has speed. And for Chuck to go downfield in the first beginning of the play and give them Gettas momentum, terrible play.
Listen, I think that was a good decision, just a bad throw in the end.
Reggie gets the ball back on first down. He throws to Dylan in the middle. Dylan not looking, picked off by Jalen, giving it right back to Carver. And this is a bad play by Reggie. He makes a throw to Dylan, but Dylan is not looking. Reggie expected him to turn around, but expecting is not doing, and he does it. And Jalen, a grind time guy, gets a pick. And you've been talking about the grind time pickups that Pam's made, and you've been bigging them up all year. Another grind time player makes a great play.
And the thing about it is, this is a big time player for their defense. And Jalen, he's very athletic, very lengthy. He goes down low for that ball. You make sure that he gets this interception for his team. The thing about this miscommunication by Reggie and Dylan is that I would rather, as Reggie, just take a sack. If there's nothing there, why take the chance in throwing the ball? This is a Carver team that does not give you that many opportunities to get past them with this defense. So Reggie makes a bad decision by trying that throw anyway, and Carver makes him pay for it.
Chuck is going to throw the ball, runs for a decent game near the 10-yard line. Second down, Chuck finds West cutting in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Cruz, Mr. College superstar, Mr. Football superstar, you're looking at the quarterback when you got the best wide receiver of all time in touch football running down the field, and the GOAT West makes him pay 6-0.
Listen, I don't care what stage you play in. I don't care if it's NFL. I don't care if it's college ball or anything semi-pro. It doesn't matter. When you're on this field, you play touch football, and it seems like Cruz made a touch football mistake by watching the quarterback, and Chuck makes him pay for it by him finding West, the person he let go, get right behind the end zone for that touchdown.
Reggie throws to Chris on the sideline for a decent game, picking up the first down. Then Reggie, on 4 rush, throws deep to Rubio, wide open in the middle field, who runs for the touchdown. Tying the game 6-6. If you look here, Jalen never stops to pick up Rubio, and they tie the game right back.
And this is them making similar mistakes as what Cruz made. Sometimes they're looking at the quarterback, not necessarily paying attention to the receiver that's running on the field. You can't let him go unless you pass him off to another defender. It seems like they're not communicating here, and they leave Rubio, a person who's elusive on the field anyway, to score here. That is bad defense by Carver there.
On the opening next kickoff, you're going to see Ricky run up the sideline, and you're going to have Chris come, and like Drago said,
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. Great hit by Chris. Getting these guys going. Guy must spin in the gym a little bit because Ricky's a big guy, and Ricky's like the juggernaut. When he gets that moving momentum, get out of his way. But Chris got him from the side. Good hit by Chris.
Listen, I don't think you want to amp this guy Ricky up. Listen, he ran on the sideline. He, not paying no mind. Obviously, you have to keep your head on the swivel, but still, Ricky's not paying no mind to somebody coming for that hit. So Chris, I like that he catches him off guard for this hit, but Ricky's not somebody that you rile up. He's gonna make you pay for it in the end.
Yeah. Second down, Chuck gets blitzed, throws to Sal in the middle, low and incomplete. Third down, Chuck throws deep to Sal, who has a step on Chris, overthrown, incomplete. Last down at the 45-yard line. Chuck throws the ball in the gap, who runs for a decent game, picking up the first down. Chuck then throws deep to Sal. One-on-one with Chris. Chris knocks it away, incomplete. Second down. West goes to the sideline, runs the in and out play, pumps. Dre steps all the way up. Chuck goes downfield for the touchdown. Sal gets the extra point, 13-6. Dre, if you look here, we'll talk about after this, but we're going to talk about the route. This is the best of all time. Pump and go, caught Dre.
And the thing about it is this connection between West and Chuck, they have been having this connection for so many years already that it's not even something that they even think about. It's just natural. This is just a natural occurrence. And the thing about it is this pump right here by Chuck catches Dre. He looks and he jumps it, trying to make a play, over anticipating, and because of that, that leaves West with the free release on the sideline for the touchdown. That is a thing of beauty when you see a connection like that.
Now, at the end of this play, as you can see, West is running in the end zone after the touchdown. Dre a little frustrated from getting beat, gets a little aggressive, takes a little tag, a shove, you know what I mean? But West goes down, hurts his shoulder, out the game, would not return.
And unfortunately, that is a big loss for Carver Mobb. A lot of the guys on Carver felt like Dre hit him dirty, and that was just a dirty shot to purposely get him hurt. If you look at the play here, I don't think that it was dirty.
I think it was late.
Yes, that's what I was going to say.
Yep.
It's a late hit. You can clearly see that it's a late hit. It seems like for some reason Dre reacted late because he got beat, and he tried to still make a play on it or whatever. But my thing is this: a late hit is unfortunate, but it caused.
He gets a flag.
Yes, he definitely gets a flag, but that's unfortunate that regardless of what, the damage is done, and West is out of the game.
He was really apologetic. He didn't mean to hurt him, but he did get a flag, and we're gonna have to see how's Carver gonna pick up the slack, because West has scored both touchdowns for Carver. 13-6 right now, Carver Mobb. First down, Reggie throws the Cruz in the middle. Tipped by Jalen, picked off by Sal, giving it right back to Carver. Gettas was using 2 blockers and let Jalen roam. Because of the 2 blockers they used, Jalen is free to not guard nobody. Reggie goes downfield. Jalen gets a hand in it. Sal gets the pick. Great pick off by them.
Listen, if you have two blockers there, then you got to play it safe because you have an extra defender out there to roam and fill in the gaps that the defense may leave open. So at the end of the day, you can't take risks like this. You got to know where the extra defender is and not throw in that area because the defender has an easy way of getting in and making a play.
Reggie's going to go down as one of the best quarterbacks of all time. He's not going to be the best, but he's going to be at least top 5 of all time right now. We're not talking about the guys that are still playing behind him. He's number 2. And in the UFL, he's the number 2 quarterback of all time behind Chuck. But at the end of the day, this is not what you're supposed to do. I'm surprised that he made this mistake. Carver gets another shot at the ball. Second down, Chuck rolls right, throws deep to Ricky, who has a step. Ricky can't catch it, big drop. That's why he blocks. He's not a home run guy. Chuck took a shot, he got to catch that ball. Third down, Chuck gets blitzed by Julian. Throws short to Juice, who runs through the middle for a decent game, picking up the first down. This Juice pickup was a huge pickup. People didn't realize what he's been playing great this playoffs. Great first down by him. Chuck then throws a cable, cutting in the gap for a decent game. Dre comes in for a hit here.
If he dies.
It's a good hit by Dre, but as you can see, cable bounces right up, takes the impact, and goes back to the other. What do you think of the play?
I think that this is good physical play by Dre. Obviously, he's frustrated with a lot of plays that Carver's getting through in the offense. He's getting more physical, but that doesn't rattle Cable Guy. He's a professional.
He's a veteran, yeah.
He's a veteran, and this is something that he's been doing for so long that this is pretty much second nature to him at this point.
Second down, Chuck gets blitzed by Hollywood, who's going to miss the sack. Chuck is going to throw White, cutting in the gap to get to the 5-yard line. That is a terrible miss by Hollywood. He's their main blitzer, and Chuck beats him with this great move. Third down, on a free play, Chuck finds Cable wide open in front of the end zone for the touchdown. They had too many men on the field. Carver's going to decline the penalty, take the touchdown. Bo gets the extra point, 20-6. That hit did not impact Cable because he makes him pay right of 2 plays later with the touchdown.
But more so than that, I don't understand how so many teams can fall for the quick hike from Carver Mobb. There's a team that's been catching people off sides with too many men on the field on defense. When you look at the huddle, Chuck is not necessarily making a play, calling a play. He's watching the defense to catch them off guard.
Correct. And
this is yet another team that gets caught off guard, and Chuck is able to make the touchdown with it.
Reggie's going to get the ball back. He's going to throw to Dylan on the sideline, runs for a decent game, pick up the first down, stopping the clock. Then Reggie on the last play before half throws it up, incomplete, taking us into the half, 20-6, Carver Mobb.
Right now, Reggie was able to score 1 touchdown, but he threw 2 interceptions.
Yep.
A lot of that, one was a bad decision. Another thing is they have 2 blockers protecting Reggie. Right now, I don't think that's really working because you have an extra defender on their team that can go and fill in certain gaps on the defense, making Reggie's job that much harder. So the trade-off is that you have an extra defender in the secondary. I don't think that's working. They have to restructure something because the 2 blocker scheme right now is taking away an extra receiver, and it's lessening the offense at this point.
I'm going to go over both real quick. First half, just now, Carver had the ball 4 times.
Yeah.
They scored 3.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck is 9-15 in the first half. 3 touchdowns he's thrown. But what I'm a little concerned is he went 2 for 6 on bombs.
Yeah.
He threw a touchdown on a bomb, but he also threw an interception on a bomb. He's not really a guy who really throws a lot of bombs. I'm kind of surprised that he threw so many bombs, but he still was 9-15 on the first half of the game. That is great numbers if you're Chuck. Now you got Reggie on the other side, 4 of 9, 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 1 for 4 on bombs. He threw a touchdown and an interception on bombs. Both quarterbacks are throwing a lot of bombs.
Yeah.
Not high numbers with it. But again, 9 for 15 Chuck first half, 4 for 9 Reggie in the second half. Chuck has 1 interception, Reggie has 2.
I think that the reason why Reggie threw 2 interceptions because a lot of those is on first down. A lot of those is quick throws that take away the drive for you by throwing an interception. Chuck hasn't thrown any. He only threw 1 interception, and it didn't hurt them that much. It didn't slow them down that much. Yes, Chuck is throwing more bombs, but I think he sees something, and because of that, he's taking risks because them Gettas, even though they have a capable defense, they leave gaps open. I think Chuck has the confidence to take them. Reggie, on the other hand, I think because he has one less receiver out there, it's making his job that much harder. I think they would have to adjust to compensate for the lack of receivers on the field.
We're going to jump into the second half. Reggie with a nice throw to Rubio in the gap, gets past 2 defenders, runs for a nice game, picking up the first down. The question is, why was Mijo flopping on this play? What do you think happened?
I have no idea. You know, Mijo has his own personality. He does his own things on the field. I'm just wondering, what was this for? I don't know if he was trying to draw in the ref to make a play or make a call, but it was ineffective right here because they end up getting extra yardage for the first down.
Second down with blocking from Hollywood and Los. Reggie throws deep to Cruz, wide open in the end zone. Sal falls while guarding Cruz. Cruz gets the extra point. 2013, cover him up.
And 2 things I gotta say. I was talking about the 2 blocker scheme here for them Gettas, but this is where it actually paid off. They gave Reggie that extra time to stay in the pocket. If you see here, Reggie did not move from his spot in the pocket. And he was able to make a perfect throw to Cruz. It's unfortunate here, Sal was with him, but at the last second, Sal falls. And because of that, that leaves Cruz wide open. That happens when you have too much time at the pocket. And because Reggie had that time, he's able to eventually find Cruz downfield.
Second down with great blocker from Ricky. Chuck throws the ball in the gap for a nice gain in the first down. Next play, Chuck on 4 rush, dodges Hollywood and runs for the decent game. Great play by Chuck. Then Chuck on second down gets blitzed by Hollywood, rolls right, just gets the ball off deep, going to White, picked off by Cruz, giving it back to them Gettas. Ricky's trying to block 2 guys. Hollywood ends up getting there, but if you look here, Sal was open. Chuck makes a bad decision, not only going downfield, but you're going downfield on your back foot, throwing to White. He can't jump off the gym to bail you out. Cruz makes him pay. Them Gettas get the ball back.
And this is an impressive blitz by Hollywood, actually overwhelming Ricky with 2 guys coming at the same side. Ricky has to pick and choose by 4 rush. Who is he going to block? He's blocking Hollywood. Then Chuck rolls to the right. That gives Hollywood the leverage to run and follow Chuck. By then, Ricky's only stuck to blocking Track Star, so that gives Hollywood a one-on-one with Chuck. He puts a hit on him, but the ball is already thrown, and because of that, it was thrown inaccurately, and Cruz is able to make a play on it.
Next, remember, it's 20-13, Carver. Reggie is going to get the ball. He's going to get blitzed by Alvaro. Throws the Cruz in the gap. Cruz with the catch for a nice gain, getting him near the 50-yard line. Then Reggie with 2 blockers throws deep to Cruz, who has a step on Sal. Tipped by Jalen, picked off by Sal at the 4-yard line. Carver gets the ball back, giving it right back to them. Reggie, another bad play. He has the opportunity to pick up the first down, takes a shot downfield, and throws another interception.
But listen, you know me. I don't mind when you take certain risks. If you see something, listen, let me break down the play first before you say anything. This was not a bad throw, but like I said before, with the extra roaming defender, Jalen, again, is free to roam because they have 2 blockers. Jalen's able to roam free and is able to make that tip. Jalen not there, that's a touchdown. But because Jalen's the free defender, he's able to make the tip, and Sal is able to make the play here.
And I'm going to tell y'all why Ghost don't know what he's talking about.
Look at the play, I'm showing you.
The reason Jalen has an opportunity to get his hand in to help assist on the pick is because they got 2 blockers. So if they didn't have 2 blockers, Jalen would not have a free guy.
Yes, that's what I said.
So that's why this was a terrible play. Because if you got 2 blockers and you're going downfield, obviously somebody's there to help on defense, which Jalen was. So I don't understand. I don't know where you got your credentials from and all that. But you know there's a safe. So unless the guy is wide open, which obviously Jalen got, you didn't see the extra guy knowing that you have. You have 2 blockers, but that means it's an extra
that's why I said this whole scheme of the 2 blocker scheme does not work. That's what I said from the beginning. I said it doesn't work. Because any other circumstance, any other situation, this is a touchdown pass because Jalen would not be able to roam free. Because he has that situation, he's able to make another play that caused an interception.
20-13, you gave one of the best quarterbacks of all time back the ball to put away the game. Chuck with 2 straight passes for a decent game. Then Chuck on 3rd down gets blitzed by Hollywood, throws Watt in the sideline to get for 10 yards. Last down, Chuck on 4 rush, throws the cable, cutting in the middle for a decent game, picking up the first down. Gettas attempted to send 3 to put more pressure on Chuck, But you see the hesitation here on Dre causes him to get the big game. After a short pass on first down, Chuck on 4 rush throws the juice, cutting on the sideline for a nice gain. He's going to see Drake go over him, down by contact. Great play by Chuck. Third down, Chuck is blitzed by Julian. Rolls left, throws deep to Jalen in the back of the end zone. Off target, incomplete. Last down on 4 rush, Chuck rolls right, throws it up, knocked away by Cruz. Turnover on downs, giving it back to them Gettas. And this was a horrible offensive stand by Carver. You up 20-13. You could put this game away with a score. That's bad play calling. I put that on Chuck. I put that on Pam's. You have to be smarter there. You took a lead. You're playing against one of the best offenses in the league. The worst thing you can do is do what? Give them opportunities, and they did it here by not scoring. Reggie with 2 passes on Hollywood for a decent gain. Then Reggie on third down throws short to Rubio with blocking from Ed, runs for a nice gain, picking up the first down. Reggie on 4 rush throws to Ed in the middle, who runs for a nice gain. Second down, Reggie throws the juice, cutting on the sideline to get them to the 3-yard line. Third and goal, Reggie on 4 rush, throws Rubio in the back of the end zone, high, incomplete. Fourth and goal, Reggie finds Hollywood cutting in the front of the end zone for the touchdown. If you look here, Hollywood delayed the route after lining up to block to the outside. Reggie finds him, 19-20, them Gettas are down a point.
And the thing about this is this route right here by Hollywood is what caught the whole Carver Mobb defense off guard. Because they look at him, he's been sitting there with the 2-blocker scheme all game. So now he's able to catch him off guard by faking that with the delayed route. He runs right out to the side on in front of the end zone, running to the right. By the time they're able to see that, it's too late. The ball is thrown, and that is a touchdown. When I say Hollywood is one of the smartest guys on the field, when he's playing in any given game, he's able to make decisions like this to catch people off guard. And this is yet another time where they use that 2-blocker scheme in their advantage to put up points.
Them Gettas decided to go for 2. Reggie is going to wait and find Ed in the middle for the 2-point conversion. Them Gettas finally take the lead, their first lead of the game, 21-20, them Gettas.
And if you look at this whole drive, Reggie took a page out of Chuck's book in the way he chopped down the field.
Reggie on that last drive went 6 for 7, 86% on the last drive. His highest of the game. That's his highest of the game. But when you save your best for last and throw 86% on your last drive, that's why he's one of the best.
And he takes this opportunity to play some of his best football right here. Driving down the field, his receivers find the gaps and getting open. They're taking their time, and they're able to drive down the field with confidence. And it seems like there was nothing that Carver could do on their defense as Reggie took his time and drive down the field and get all the way into the end zone for the score. Everybody worked together on this offense, and they were able to earn that touchdown.
First down, Chuck gets blitzed by Hollywood, throws to White on the sideline, incomplete. Second down, Chuck on 4 rush, throws the side in the middle, side falls, incomplete. Third down, Chuck throws to White in the gap for a decent gain, picking up the first, clock stop. Carver has no timeouts. Just to inform you. This play, Chuck throws the juice on the sideline. Dre falls, as you see right here. Juice makes the catch and goes down at the 6-yard line. The ref is going to call down by contact. The clock is running. You see all the guys running to the line. Running. They get there. Whistle's blown. Chuck spots the cone. As you look at the early end of the play, here, the ball is at the 6-yard line, which means what? They can blitz.
Yeah.
Hollywood is the linebacker. Because if you saw the last play previously, Julius was the giver. As they come back down, Julius just get back. If you look here in slow-mo, Hollywood is looking at Chuck. Because Hollywood knows what? He has blitz.
Yeah.
Nobody in the park realizes that Hollywood still has blitz. As Chuck put the cone down, Hollywood comes in on the blitz, makes the tag, ending the game, Gettas with the win, 21-20. Now, before we're going to talk about the game, and then after this segment, we're going to bring back the blueprint and go down to the last play of the game. But tell me about this, about the sack now.
On this,
the whole play, yeah.
Yeah. This play, as they're running down the field, First of all, shout out to Skip because we use his
Yes,
footage for
absolute.
the second
Best
angle.
shot, best shot.
Because me running down from behind the quarterback, there's no way that I was gonna be able to catch that in time. I tried to run down with with everybody, but that happened so fast that as they got to the line here, everybody gets back, and if you look, it's almost a split second as Chuck puts down the cone. The ref blows the whistle
To the spot.
To the spot. Chuck calls hike. Right before Chuck calls hike, you see Hollywood's feet get right behind the cone,
Yep.
and Julian is right behind him, right there at the ball giver position. They never switch, and if you notice here, they some will complain that Hollywood's rushed from the giver position, but if you look early in the game, he's been doing that all game.
Right, and we'll show that, like I said, once
Yes.
we finish this segment, we'll show the last play where I break it down for
Yes,
you. But
it's unfortunate because as the whole team is running, you see Ricky does not get back in position to protect Chuck in time.
Right.
As Chuck puts down the cone, he's rushing to call hike, so he's not able to create space between him and the blitzer
Which
or
Hollywood
anybody
already
coming
know
in.
he has a
Yes.
blitz.
So because they were so short on time, Chuck is not able to get back in time to get away from the defense, and Hollywood, before Chuck can react, is able to get the sack to end the game.
great sack by Hollywood. Gettas get the win. 21-20 over Carver Mobb.
One thing I gotta say is, listen, every time Carver Mobb plays in one of these games, they fight and they keep the game close to the wire where it's one play that determines the game. The majority of the time, that's exactly what happens. And it's crazy how this team is able to stay in the game regardless of what's going on. But it's disappointing for me that they were not able to score at all in the second half. That is surprising to me. A team that was lights out in the first, showing a different team in the second half. Gettas was able to come back and score 2 touchdowns when you had a 26 lead. That shouldn't happen. That should not happen at all. And they were shut out in the second half. They made a couple mistakes on offense, and Reggie is able to collect himself and able to get his offense going in the second half and score 2 straight touchdowns to get them the final win in the game.
I'm going to give you what I think lost Carver this game. In the second half, Chuck threw 5 bombs, completed 2 with an interception. In the whole game, Chuck went 4 of 11 in bombs. He threw 1 touchdown and 2 interceptions. Chuck is the best quarterback of all time, not a home run hitter. It's not his game. He took too many shots. He took too many chances, especially on the drive that your defense just stopped this offense and you couldn't score. I don't take nothing away from Carver's defense. You're playing the best offense in UFL this season. Reggie, in the first half, went 4 of 6. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions, and they also stopped him. Mm-hmm. On bombs, he went 1 of 4. Threw 1 touchdown, 1 for 4, 1 touchdown, and he threw an interception. Second half, he went 10 of 15. 1 of 4 again in bombs. In the second half, he went overall, he went 2 of 8 in bombs, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Mm-hmm. On the money play that counted, Reggie went 6 of 7. He got hot.
Yeah.
And then went 2 and got it. If Carver scores 1 out of the 3 times they had the ball, forget the last drive. You had the ball twice. If they score once on them 2 times they had the ball, they win this game.
But I'm going to tell you this. 2 things that were different for them in this game. One, in this playoffs, one person that was playing lights out that didn't really have as big a game as he usually did was Sal.
Yeah.
Sal was missing in this game.
Yeah.
They covered him. They had people switching off, actually censoring and concentrating on defending Sal.
Yep.
But the breakaway play in this game that they kind of lost in the first half was
Wes
Wes.
getting hurt. Wes
getting hurt changed their offense.
Absolutely.
Because if Wes is here, I believe the bombs that Chuck was throwing would be to Wes. They had nobody that can guard him. Dre was getting caught sleeping guarding West. Listen, there's not too many people in TFL that can stay with West.
He's the best route runner in the
Yes.
game. He's Jerry Rice of football. I don't care what nobody says.
And the thing is, he's not even a young guy, but he's playing like he's younger than half
West
these
is in
guys.
his 50s.
Yes. And
Which is
people
why-
can't guard him.
Which is why, like I always say, Father Time is undefeated. He got pushed, and I don't care how much in shape you are, you get hurt faster. He hit the ground. He got hurt. They lost him for the game. That changed the whole game. But as a coach, it's Pam's job to keep the guys in the game. He attempted to do that. You knew your defense was not going to be able to stop Gettas the whole game. They gave you the first half. The offense has to score. Them Gettas didn't go pick up a new play in the second half. It's the same team. How can you have the ball in the first half, score 3 out of 4 times, and have the ball in the second half and score none out of 3 times you have the ball? That makes no sense to me, especially with a team that won 3 consecutive championships. A team that just carved up Super Friends defense. And then you get to Gettas defense. Super Friends defense is better. Super Friends play all out of hand, though. They guys was all in different positions. Well, coming against them Gettas, first of all, what Chuck did was masterful because Dre's not 100%. So when Dre guarded West, Chuck attacked him. You needed Sal in this game.
Definitely.
Dre would not been able to guard Sal this game. But you're throwing bombs. You go 2 of 5 and bombs with an interception in the second half. And the ball he threw to Juice that Dre slipped. If Dre stays up, that's an interception.
Listen.
The ball, you could see, the ball was fluttering in the air. It was coming down. Dre slipped.
Yeah.
Now, we seen Peyton Manning, when he got old, lost his arm strength. It wasn't the same, but he still can get the ball in the area. So I'm never going to kill Chuck for that. I'm just killing him on his decision-making. There is no way you're expecting your defense to hold them Gettas in the second half and do exactly what they did first.
But like I said, it's not all on Carver, in my opinion. I think that you got to give so much credit to Reggie in the second half because he played like a different quarterback when it mattered. That 6 or 7 drive, that is some of Reggie's best football.
Yes.
And when Reggie plays like that, there's not too many teams that can defeat him. We've seen in this playoffs, Reggie get confident, start to show some swagger on the field. When you have Reggie get confident and get comfortable, he is one person that's very hard to beat at quarterback.
But the drive going right before we went into the half that Carver scored, Chuck went 5 of 6
Yes.
with a touchdown.
Like I said, again,
2 of the best in the game going
yes,
battle.
facing each other, a great game, came down to the wire. I think that Chuck and Carver Mobb didn't do enough on their offense in the second half, and I think West losing him was a big piece
Absolutely.
of why they end up coming up short in this game.
Let me give you the numbers really quick, and as I do the numbers, goes to give you the percentage. For in the game, Chuck was 17 of 28. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He got stopped twice.
That's about 61%.
He threw 61% in the game. Reggie went 14-24. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, got stopped twice.
That's about 58%.
58% in the game. Both quarterbacks, like I said, got stopped twice and threw 2 interceptions. You know what I mean? So basically, I stopped 4 times, both quarterbacks. My argument is, on the drive before the last drive, Chuck goes 4 of 6, which is pretty good numbers, but he goes 1 and 3 in bombs, and he throws 3 straight bombs, 2 on 3rd and 4th down. I don't understand the play calling on that drive. That's what I think lost him the game. That drive right there when they did not score and Reggie got hot, that's, I think, what lost him the game.
Well, we end the game with them Gettas coming out on top in this Final Four game, 21-20, and we'll actually have an interview with them Gettas at the end of the game. You kind of waited until the IOD game, the IOD Rep City game finished, but we get an interview with them in front of the Harris Field, and we'll go and see what they have to say.
What's going on here with Dre from them Gettas? Win over Carver. Score was 21-20.
What Ghost actually predicted. Shout out to Ghost. It was just reversed. Shout out to Carver, man. Great game. Not taking nothing away from the 3-time champs. I guess it was just our year this year.
Tell me, give me the moment. Give me the moment.
the team.
Last year, under 2 minutes in the game, up 2 scores. Y'all lost that game. Everybody killed y'all. Coming in this year, you was a number 1 seed. Nobody gave you. You got picked against every game.
Yes, sir.
Don't you feel that's kind of disrespectful to y'all?
Not kind of actually disrespectful, because with DG, this is what we expected. We know coming in, people wasn't going to love us, but we knew we had the talent to play, and it obviously showed today, man. And obviously through the course of the year as well, because our record speaks for itself. You know?
Moses goes down.
Yes, sir.
Major player, 7 touchdowns this year, but y'all keep going.
Yes, sir.
After he went down, people say y'all season's over. What is that saying to you about your team in this league? In general, not even this league.
No, in general, actually, to speak on my team, when Moses went down, it actually motivated us. Like, you know, because we got our group chat going along, and, you know, he's always faithfully, he chats with us, he talks, he tells us things we need to work on. Moses, even though he didn't play today, he was still part of this win.
What does it feel like watching two of the best? What does it feel watching the 2 best quarterbacks of all time, Chuck and Reggie, going against each other today?
First of all, you know, I'm all about showing love and giving respect. Shout out to Chuck. He played a great game, man. As for my quarterback, man, they know what he do. His resume speaks for itself. He just haven't got over the hump. And, you know, it's time. It's time.
Reggie, let me ask you a question real quick. I know you don't want to leave, but I want to ask you a question. You have been in the championship. You've been there twice. What kind of advice you could give to your guys coming into that game next week?
The best advice I can give the DG is let's play, come out and have fun, and take care of business from the opening whistle to the last whistle. Play and have fun. Play for the person next to you, and play like your heart is out.
You scored a touchdown. A lot of people said go 1 for the tie. The whole side on the other side said they're dumb to go for 2. Hollywood called we're going 2 for the lead. What did it feel to know that your captain has a lot of faith in you to get the 2-point conversion?
Well, I mean, sometimes we bump heads 1 or 2, and he said go for 2, and I agree with him, and we called the play, and it worked, and we were successful.
How's it feel to be back in the chip? You know what that atmosphere is like, Reggie. It is, and no disrespect to no league, it's the best atmosphere in sports, championship-wise. How does it feel to know you're going to be playing against primetime, 6 o'clock in front of everybody in football?
This is lovely. It feels good. The adrenaline is boiling now for next week, and I'm just happy I got a great bunch of guys next to me, behind me, in front of me, and we're gonna play as one, and hopefully we come out with a W.
Well, we gonna thank.
Oh, I'm sorry, but to be in another chip here, anywhere, it always feels good to get into a chip,
Right.
Because it symbolizes all the work that you've done throughout the year to finally make it to that point.
Well, we're gonna thank DG for being with us. They're in the chip, the only number 1 seed who's been doubted every single round. They shocked the world, but not to them. They in the chip. See you on the side next week. Thanks. All right, well, we're going to wrap it up. We're going to go to the next game. We're going to wrap this one up. Bottom line, like I said, Gettas went first half 4 times at the ball, scored once after throwing 2 interceptions. Carver, first half, had the ball 4 times, scored 3 times after throwing only 1 interception. And in the second half, Gettas had the ball 3 times, scored twice. And Carver had the ball 3 times and did not score in the second half. I think that's what killed you. We're going to go to the blueprint real quick, let you see what we broke down on that play, if you can see all angles, all scenarios. What's going on, guys? This is Jay. Y'all know the UFL. We had a little game versus Carver versus them Gettas, and we had a little controversy that went to an end of the game where the officials was blamed for making mistakes on the last drive. We're going to show why every play that the officials made was the right call. We'll start from the beginning. Everybody knows when you change a giver, you let the ref know, for the ref to let the other team know that there's been a change of giver. That way, the quarterback can tell who's the difference between the blitzer and the giver. The giver can never blitz, only the blitzer. Giver cannot blitz. Let's look at this play. You can hear Papo saying, who's the giver? Hollywood puts his hands up. So that means he can't blitz. You see Jules coming. And we're going to end that play right there. Then on this play, you're going to see once again Hollywood raise his hand to indicate there's a change of giver. It's going to be hard to hear it, but you can see Hollywood with his hands up, letting the ref know, for the ref can let the other team know he's the giver. See his hands up? So now they know if the blitz is coming, it cannot be Hollywood. As you can see, Hollywood still got his hands up. The ref is announcing, you just can't hear it. They're going to call hike. They already know. Boo Boo knows Hollywood can't blitz. So does Ricky. If you look at this play, Carver's attempting to get the first down. They have no more timeouts. First down to stop the clock. Let's go through the play. If you look at this next play, Carver just got the first down, stopping the clock. It's 19 seconds left on the clock. They have no more timeouts. Now, if you look at the play, Jules here is the giver. Jules is the giver. Remember, they still have a blitz. This is first down. We're going to go with the play. Look at this play. This is the bomb that he threw to Juice where they said Cruz pulled Juice down. Now, if you see Juice, Juice gets the ball and sees Cruz coming. Now, Juice has an opportunity to go out of bounds, which he doesn't. If you look here, Juice is going to attempt to cut back, slipping right here. Now, if you look here, he's slipping, going down, right? Now, Cruz gets the other hand on him for the tag before he pulls him. So the tag is already made because they're both right there. You're going to see him tag him. Now, he didn't throw him to the ground because, as you can see, he's already going down. He's already falling. If you look at the end of the play on Skip's cam, he even looks at the camera knowing that he did not get out of bounds. If you look where the ball is spotted right now, the ball is going to be spotted at the 6-yard line. The ball is at the 6. Look at where the ball is at. He attempted to go out. He was down. Look where the cone is at. Look at the spot of the cone. He's already down. The ball is at the 6, which is outside of the 5-yard line, which means Hollywood still has a blitz. Now, you're going to see Juice throw the ball back. Now, you're going to see Chuck run into the line. You're going to look at Hollywood get right to the line. Now, if you look at Hollywood, Hollywood is looking at Chuck. He already knows the ball is outside at the 6. Plus, you hear the official blowing the whistle, announcing the spot. Chuck places the spot at the 6-7-yard line. At the bottom line, it's outside the 5. Julius is going to just get back. Just get back. You hear the ref blows the spot. Jules just gets back. So he is still the giver. Because Hollywood, as you saw early in the game, never announced the change of the giver. Hollywood knew he had a blitz. Now, that voids the fact that he's a giver and he blitzed in. It doesn't matter about the position because Jules is within 5 yards of the quarterback, 5 yards of the area, which we've seen Hollywood all game blitz from the inside. Jules gets back. And as you can see, right before they call hike, Hollywood feet is behind the cone. His left foot is behind the cone. He's coming across, but his feet are not past the cone. Ricky is too far behind to pick up the block. He doesn't even realize about the last play of the blitz. Hollywood blitzes in, makes the sack, ending the game. Now the question was the cone spotted at the 6? They said the cone was spotted inside, and it wasn't at the 6. That's another scenario we heard. But we're going to show you here. By the way, this is all Skip's footage. Now, we found this part interesting. Everybody's going crazy about the play. It happened so quick. Nobody really knows what's going on. Papo has already said that he got the guys back. All that. We didn't come out to talk. Now, this is the interesting part that you got to pay attention. Shout to Skip because he had a perfect shot here. As you can see, the cone is right behind Ricky. As you can see the cone has never been touched. Nobody moves the cone. You're going to see the cone is still spotted there. So you got to keep your eye on the cone. See the cone right there? Cone is still there. Now, when you look, you're going to see the red cone. The red cone indicates that the red cone is the 5-yard line. Remember, the 5-yard line, inside the 5, you cannot blitz. But if you saw the cone that I showed you earlier, it's going to be a little difficult. You got to keep your eye on it. It's never been moved. Nobody touches the cone. And you're going to see the cone, the spot cone is on the outside. The red cone is on the inside. Which means the blitz was absolutely allowed. You're going to see Ghost zoom in. And if you look straight across the field, right there, where Ghost is pointing at, it's a circle. That is the red cone. And we're going to play it a little more for you can see that is the red cone. Remember, the other cone has not been moved. Right here, Ghost can zoom in and you're going to see the red cone. Right there. He's going to go across, zooming in on the cone. You can see the spot cone, and you can see the red cone. You're going to look right here. That is the red cone. Now, where is the spot cone? You're going to show you spot cone. That is at the 6-yard line where the ref blew the whistle, indicating the spot was correct, where Juice put the cone at. Now, was it off by a yard maybe? It was even further outside. But Carver never realized that they had to blitz. Hollywood stood near the line because he knew he was going to blitz, which kills the controversy on all case scenarios. Now, we're going to keep this in regular mode. We were said that the ref was out of position. The deep ref, that's Isaiah. He's right in his area. He's covering his spot. So now, that's one ref there. Everybody's running downfield. If you're going to see me right here, I come and I already switch off because Papo's coming back already. Papo's looking right at the line. Says Hollywood was behind it. Allowed the blitz. Chuck gets sacked. Ending the game. All the rest was in position to make the play, even though they was criticized that they wasn't. Everybody hustled. Everybody got down the field. And this was the final call of the play. All right, well, at the end of the day, that's what we got. You know, people may not believe it. People might think it's not perfect. Listen, at the end of the day, was Hollywood definitely offsides? You can't even tell on that shot. Mm-hmm. I don't think he was. We already showed it was definitely at the 6 because if you saw we show where the cone was and where the red cone was, shout to Skip. You can see it was at the 6-yard line. Plus, when you saw when Juice put the ball down, it was at the 6-yard line. So I'm just going to give it to him. I mean, listen, you could call anything with the refs, anything you want, we'll take that. But we did not lose this game for Carver Mobb. And I say we because I was one of the refs on the field. But it is what it is. They still one of the top teams in UFL, won 3 chips in a row. That's why this league is hard. We seen MVR get to 1 chip, didn't go back. We seen Super Friends win a chip, didn't go back. Carver went 3 times in a row. Got to give a team their props. That's why you respect teams like the Browns who went twice and YMM who went twice. Mm-hmm. 99 went once and lost this year in the second round after coming off of a bye. It's hard to make it in this league. So we're going to wrap this one up, and we're going to be right back. Them Gettas moving on to the chip 21-20.